Look, look,
I
look.
put my wrist
Ear
up.
over knee. Look. Bingo. You see it? Good job. Okay. And then as you come down, your wrist, look, your wrist is flatter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, do we get the elbow in? Let's see. Elbow in. Good job. See the elbow?
Yep.
Correct. Then, oh, look at that. Look, look. If you zoom over here, check this out. Look. You got that left hand. Look. Good job.
Okay.
It should have this quote-unquote supination, where it's that little bit of bowedness to the wrist, right? Correct. And then look, then from there you come through, and by doing that, now look at the shaft lean. Shaft lean's good, right?
Yep.
And then coming through, good. Now here's the deal though, dude. It's kind of like the old saying was like, you ever heard that guy Mo Norman?
Who?
Mo Norman. Bob, you know Mo Norman, right?
Great Canadian.
Right? Great Canadian. This guy, guess what? He's the best. He was kind of like an idiot savant. Like, he didn't understand why any of us thought this was so hard. He was that good at it, right? And so one of the things he said always, he's like, it's like a hammer and a nail, right? It's like a hammer and a nail. And everyone's like, what do you mean it's like a hammer and a nail? He's like, well, you take the hammer, right? And then you hold the nail, and then you hit the hammer to put the nail into the wall, right? And he's like, look, this is the hammer. It's like the ball is the nail, and then where I'm going to send it is the wall. Right? And so it's like, what else would you do, people, but do this? Like what else would you do but hit it straight like that? You know what I mean? Or hit it where you're trying to.
I know what you're saying.
Right? But the point of this is, you have to do this motion we're working on for the purpose of getting your club face square. So what I have my students do is, I'll have you practice this with your eyes closed, where you sit up, you go, okay, ear over knee, okay? Elbow in, get my hand, and then I know that club face is square, right? Like, look down now, it's slightly open, so I would want to do it again and go, okay, close my eyes again. I'm going to go, okay, is that square? Oh, that's better. And look at my hand.
Yep.
But see, you got to know that what you're doing, because each time the whole thing is the backswing and downswing are all window dressing. The only thing that matters is impact. So at the end of the day, when you're telling me you got a ball going 85 yards this way and you got a ball going 100 yards that way, well, I can tell you right now, at the bottom, who the heck knows what's happening down there?
Yeah.
Now, this is where I always share a story. They got the guy that buys the baby blue outfit in the pro shop, right? So he's looking dressed to the nines or whatever. He's got, he was really nice to his wife and his kids that week. He made donation to the church and all, right? So he gets up to the first tee and he's like this. I have caddy for this guy. He's like, all right. He's like, we'll see who shows up today, right? And then they get up there, and then like the club. That's because for him, the club face is flipping and flopping around where it's totally chance. He better be making donations to the church. You know what I'm saying? Where then there's a guy that's like the gambler, like Sam Snead was, and a womanizer and a drunk and all this stuff. And that guy, he gets up there and he's like an asshole. It's kind of always a little bit of a little condescending or something, right? And he gets up there and he's like, bam. And it goes there because he says that so, not because he hopes it does or because he's a good person or not, right? So it's really, you have to make certain that at the end of the day, from this side of the ball to that side of the ball, that blade is going where you want your ball to go, right? And that ain't going to just happen. You need to know what's happening. So anyway, the point of this is, I want you, when you're practicing all this, ear over knee, elbow in, do your hand, and stop and look at the club face, right? And then do a couple tests to yourself and see if when you look down, because if you do this and you look down and you think your hand's in the right spot and you open your eyes and you're like, it's like that, well, fix it, and then make sure to practice it again, because you got to get good at using the supinated wrist to get a square club face. You follow me?